friends, Namaskar. I, Dr. Renu Tomar, welcome you on series of lecture on NEP 2020. Friends, if you remember, we were discussing pedagogy aspect of school education part 1 of NEP 2020. In that, we referred to how NCFESC, that is National Curriculum Framework for School Education, has been developed as far as needs to be developed for implementing NEP 2020, and the responsibility for developing NCFESC 2021 has been undertaken by the NCERT. So, continuing our discussion, we will go to the different other points which have been covered in school education for the pedagogical aspects. Friends, here in NCFESC it has been seen that in curriculum and pedagogy, concerted efforts have to be made by NCERT, SCERT, schools and educators. That is very important to reduce the weight of the school bags and textbook. Friend, this is something which you talked about in our last lectures also, that NCERT and SCERT as well as educators need to see that the school bags should be lighter. So, how to reduce the weight? By making education important from the point of view of skill, from the point of view of its utility in the day-to-day life. Another important aspect which has been introduced in NEP 2020 is that assessment should be transformed. How to transform assessment? This was the question which was asked by few people in my last lecture also, that how NEP 2020 sees assessment, how it is to be transformed, how it is to be made student oriented. NEP 2020 has talked about transforming assessment by introducing summative and primarily test. Rote memorization skill, which is more regular and formative, should be transformed into becoming competitive based. The assessment should be promoting learning and development of our students, and it should be testing higher order skill such as analysis, critical thinking and conceptual clarity. That means the assessment should be transformed in such a manner that it should no more be assessing rote memory of the students. How it can be made so? By utilizing AI. That means make assessment artificial intelligence based. Software needs to be developed as to track the growth of students, which can be seen even by the students through their school years, so that they realize which aspects they are picking up and on which aspects may it be the critical thinking or may it be the skill aspects or the vocational education aspect, on which aspects of education they are improving or they need to improve. So, that assessment can be done even by students. So, the self assessment as well as peer group assessment is something which has been discussed in NEP 2020, because learning data shall be available to even the students through interactive questionnaire. The students as well as parents and the teachers will be providing the information of the students, and accordingly the assessment will be transformed. So, assessment needs to be transformed for improving student and for developing student. To further eliminate the high stakes which are on the board examination. Board examination has also been reviewed in NEP 2020. It has been reviewed in a way that the student will be allowed to take board exam up to 2 occasions during any given school year. One main exam and one for improvement if desired. So, the high stakes on the board exams are also tried to be eliminated in NEP 2020 document. Assessment of the student is also transformed, that all the students, that is grade 3, 5 and 8 will also have to go for school examination, and the national level, the central level or the state level examination will be conducted for these grades also by the appropriate authority. it has been proposed to set up a National Assessment Center PARAK, that is Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development. It has been proposed by NEP 2020. NTA, National Testing Agency, has been given the responsibility for developing, for transforming assessment of student development. They shall be working to offer a high quality common aptitude test as well as specialized common subject exam in sciences, humanities, languages, arts and vocational subject at least twice every year. So, friends, National Testing Agency has been given responsibility not only for higher education. If you remember, in our last lecture also we discussed that NTA has been given the responsibility of conducting not just only national level test, but also conducting test for the universities of all over India. But the will of the university has been maintained. That means the university will be allowed to choose whether it wants to go for the assessment of NTA or want to conduct its own entrance exam. So, NTA has been given the responsibility for conducting a open test examination, the entrance test examination for universities also. It has also been discussed that the parameters shall be brought at par as far as different universities are concerned. For that, the entrance point, the entry point is the important point at which itself the thing should be taken into control. So, apart from taking care of higher education, NTA will also be responsible for taking care of common aptitude test for school education as well as specialized common subject exam in all the streams, in all the subjects, may it be sciences, humanities, languages, arts or vocational subject, and it has to be done twice every year. Individual universities and colleges can use NTA assessment for their admission. That means that assessment which has been done twice a year by NTA, that can also be utilized by the universities and colleges for their admission. So, it is not just the entrance exam, but also the assessment which is being done by the students by NTA at the school level, that can also be taken into consideration. So, transforming assessment for student development support for gifted student is also aspect which has been looked at in NEP 2020, that the students with special talents should be assessed in a different manner. They should be assessed as per the gifts they have, as per the important variables they have. So, they should be assessed accordingly. NCERT and NCT have also been given very important role by NEP 2020. NCERT and NCT are to develop guidelines for the education of gifted children, and B.Ed program also has been stated to be allowing specialization in the education of gifted children. B.Ed program even presently is allowed to take up the specialization in the education of gifted children, but usually that B.Ed special is very much delimited, and NEP 2020 has made the orientation of B.Ed program also quite flexible, that in general B.Ed also there can be avenue for specialization for the education of gifted children. Teacher, this is the fourth and the most important aspect of school education. Friends, now let us try to unravel how NEP 2020 has seen it and what kind of suggestion and recommendation have been given by the academicians, the framers of NEP 2020. When it comes to recruitment and employment, NEP 2020 states that as to ensure that the outstanding students enter the teaching profession, especially from the rural areas, they have talked about providing them large number of merit based scholarship, which should be instituted across the country. And B.Ed program has been introduced as a 4-year integrated program, which exists in quite many universities as BLEd. Delhi University also it exists as BLEd. Friends must be knowing, those who have pursued or those who know people who have done 4-year integrated B.Ed program, that has been propagated by NEP 2020 that we should make B.Ed 4-year program, but there has been flexibility even for the students who are graduate and postgraduate. If they want to go for B.Ed, they can go for 2-year B.Ed program. Service, environment and culture, particularly when it comes to teacher, this is an aspect which has been introduced. That means the teachers who are working in the school for improving their environment, it is very important that those teachers are not involved or not engaged in the work that is not directly related to the teaching work. Friends, presently it is seen that the teachers are involved in lot of administrative work and of the different agencies also for collecting data. The teachers are given the duties as to collect the data, and that results in suffering of their subject. The students suffer due to that, because teachers are not able to give the required time to the main activity, that is teaching, and the result is that the students suffer. So, in NEP 2020 it has been specifically written that if we want to improve the service and environment of culture of the teachers, they should no longer be engaged in any work which is not directly related to teaching. Another important aspect which has been introduced in this particular aspect of school education, that is teachers, is to introduce CPD, that is continuous professional development. For introducing continuous professional development, there are two aspects which have been introduced. One is that the teacher in the school itself can keep on improving its teaching skill. It can enhance its knowledge in the same school, and if she enhances her knowledge and thereby she is promoted, that will not mean that the teacher will be transferred. So, transfer policy has been relooked by NEP 2020, and it has been looked at very flexibly, that CPD will provide a platform to the teachers to improve themselves. One, by improving their practices. How they can improve their teaching practices? By sharing and awarding the teachers with the best practices. Thirdly, teachers will be allowed to take up non-formal, informal education as to improve themselves. In fact, they will have to undergo certain hours and credits of education, which will be an important and mandatory part of the teaching profession, that they have to go for certain hours and credits of knowledge improvement learnings. Either they can go for MOOCs, they can go for university education or distance mode. Thereby they will have to improve their learning skill and teaching skill and enhance their knowledge and information from the perspective at which, from the global perspective, as well as from the perspective that the world is changing very fast and the teacher should remain updated. So, this is at the center of NEP 2020 frameworkers, that the teachers need to update themselves so that they are at same pace at which the knowledge, the global knowledge and the students are at. So, it should not be happening that the teachers have not been able to adapt themselves to the new skill and thereby the students are suffering. So, 50 hours of CPD opportunities every year will be given to the teachers for developing their professional development. Along with that, the school principal as well as the school complex leaders also would be provided modular leadership and management workshop and online development opportunities platform, so that they can also improve their management skill. They can also understand that how they can work better, how they can enhance their skill, learn from their fellow workers as well as learn from the teachers around, the university professors or the or from the people who are in practice for very long duration. So, online material will be developed for the benefit of teachers as well as the people who are in the managerial position, that is principals and the school complex leaders. Another feature which has been covered in teacher education is career management and progression, CMP. It has been ensured that the teacher growth is ensured, the promotions will be given, the salary increase will be given even if the teacher is in a single school. Friends, as we talked about before also, that the transfer is no more mandatory for getting the promotion or salary increase. So, the school which runs from foundational to secondary, the teacher can remain in the same school and be promoted in the same school. She need not be transferred from that school complex or from that school for getting the promotion. Professional standards of the teachers need to be introduced and they need to be improved. For improving professional standards for teachers, NPST, that is National Professional Standards for Teacher, is to be developed by 2022 by National Council for Teacher Education. So, NCTE has been given this responsibility for developing NPST, and after it has developed the professional standards which have been introduced, they are to be looked at. It need to be restructured. The NPST need to be restructured by another body which is Professional Standard Setting Body, that is PSSB, which will be under the guidance of General Education Council and in consultation with NCERT, SCERT and teachers. So, this whole mechanism shall be developed for developing the professional standards for teachers. As we talked about, that service and environment and the culture in the school, as far as school teachers are concerned, that has been seriously seen by the frameworkers of NEP 2020, and they have stated that in collaboration with parents and other key stakeholders, it will be responsibility of the grassroots level administrators, the management, the principals, to involve teachers in governance of the school more. School complexes, there also the teachers should be involved more, and they should be made members of the school management committee. Fact is that at present also that there are 2 teachers along with the principal who are part of the SMC. So, it seems that NEP 2020 has advocated that the more teachers should be involved for developing the environment of the school, for developing the infrastructure of the school. This is what it seems from the statements which have been made in the NEP 2020, that all the stakeholders should be involved and the teachers need to be given more active role. Because friends, through various research studies, it has been seen that one of the basic reason for teachers remaining dissatisfied in teaching profession is that they are not involved in the improvement of teaching learning activities. It is seen that the teachers are just looked at as workers and implementers, and they have no say in the policy decisions of the school management. So, this is something which needs to be improved as far as NEP 2020 is concerned. For having more special educators in school, it has been stated that the pre-service as well as in-service mode can be given. How to introduce special education in school education? Either the person can go for specialization in special education before entering the school system. That means the teacher enters the school system, the job, with the qualification in special educator, or while working the teacher can go for educating or improving his or her knowledge, information and skill as far as special education is concerned. Even that will be considered as an important aspect. Another important is that the teacher education by 2030 is to be transformed into a 4-year integrated B.Ed degree only, and it should be teaching range of knowledge content and pedagogy. That means, instead of having initially we had 1-year B.Ed, then we have 2-year B.Ed, but NEP 2020 has stated that the teacher education by 2030 should be transformed into 4-year integrated degree only, as to inculcate strong practices and training amongst the student teachers at local schools, so that they become part and parcel of the education system before they go for the job. They have also talked about improving equitable and inclusive education. This is another dimension which we need to discuss as far as school education is concerned. So, how equitable and inclusive education is to be improved? For improving this aspect of school education, friends, NEP 2020 has referred that there is data which shows that the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes and OBC and the women, the dropout rate amongst all these people is higher at the higher secondary level. At the primary level, the data which states that that there is 19.6% students who are studying at the primary level, but when we see at the higher secondary level, the percentage falls down to 17.3%. That means the students who are from these communities, they are not able to manage education at those higher levels. So, as to deal with it, there are two things which have been introduced. One is RTE, right to education, is upgraded in such a manner that it will not be covered till 14 years. In fact, it will be covering from the age group of 3 to 18, and RTE would mean that the child who is even 17-year-old shall be there in the school. So, because student has to be there in the school because of the provisions of RTE, so this dropout rate can be controlled. Another thing which has been introduced in NEP 2020 as to control the dropout rate at the higher secondary level is that we should have more of control mechanism introduced. How to you introduce those control mechanism? It has been seen that in the case of scheduled caste, it was seen that at the primary, which were the students were 19.6%, they are reduced to 17.3%. The enrollment dropout and for the scheduled tribe has been observed falling from 10.6% to 6.8%, and from differently abled also it is seen that 1.1% to 0.25%. So, more students are dropping, and there are lesser students when it comes to the higher secondary level. So, and in fact, when it comes to the women or female students, it is seen that the dropout is higher in their case also at the higher secondary level. To control that, the national curriculum framework is to be developed, and NCERT has to ensure that it should be consulting with expert bodies like National Institute of DEPWD. That means it should be seeing that what kind of requirement does PWD students have, and accordingly they should be developing the curriculum framework. Curriculum framework should have the aspects which are important to PWD students. PWD students may vary from the physical disability to the learning disorders. Right of person with the disability, RPWD Act 1916 makes it important that the education should be inclusive, and it should be inclusive in such a manner that the students with disability should also be allowed to study in the same system in which the other students are going, and their teaching and learning should be suitably adapted as per their learning needs, and they should not be differentiated from the students who are normal. So, that means the students with disability or the special students should be treated in the similar manner as the other students are being treated. This is an act, RPWD Act, which makes it important that the education should be inclusive. So, this has been mentioned in NEP 2020. This has been mentioned so that the frameworkers realize that this act should not be sacrificed at any cost while developing the pedagogical aspect or the curriculum of the school education. Another important thing which has been touched upon is how to have efficient resources and efficient governance. Friends, this has been seen by the framework by the people who have framed NEP 2020, that 28% of the India's public primary schools and the 14.8% of India's upper primary school have less than 30 students. This has been written, documented in NEP 2020, so that it is realized that the school infrastructure are being wasted. So, as to control the wastage of infrastructure, they have referred about utilizing resources which exist in the community and to improve the governance through school complexes. That is why there have been references about having school complexes and clusters. So, the schools can share the resources, the infrastructure can be shared in the school complexes. The infrastructure and the resources, may it be the library, may it be the teachers, may it be the infrastructure, all those resources can be shared in school complexes. This has been in the center of NEP 2020 as to advocate how resources have to be utilized efficiently. They have stated that for the primary and upper primary, that is grade 1 to 8, 14 with a notable proportion, and below 16 during the 16-17 there were 1,88,017 schools with single teacher, and majority of them, that is 85,743 were primary schools. How to utilize those schools? Upgrade them, join them in the clusters, so that when they will become part of the clusters, they will become part of the school complexes, their resources will be utilized properly. So, another important aspect which has been introduced in NEP 2020 in the school education aspect is that standard setting is to be done, accreditation of school education is concerned. Friends, this is also a very important point. This point has been touched upon because of public spirit or the private schools which were introduced as a result of previous policies. They have been found that there are lot of exploitation of parents, because the private schools are usually run for the profit, and that results in lot of problem for the parents who are not economically so well off. So, this has been looked very seriously to discourage public spirited private philanthropic schools. Their PARAK, that is proposed National Assessment Center, PARAK has been proposed. PARAK shall be responsible for assessing all the school as far as their standards is concerned, for assessing that whether the equity equality norms are being followed in the school. And even SCRT will be developing a school quality assessment accreditation framework, that is SQAAF, through consulting with all stakeholders. SCRT will also be responsible for leading a change management process by introducing CRCS, BRCS and DITES. DITES, CRCS, BRCS, which are part of SCRT, needs to be reviewed, they needs to be revamped, and they should be reworked as to change the capacity and the work culture in these institutions. So, this is also something which has been introduced. So, these are, friends, the two aspects which have been looked at for improving the quality of the school. Another important aspect which we have already discussed is that the certification of the school as far as the board and assessment is concerned, that has been made quite flexible, and that will not be a parameter for assessing the students. So, with this, friends, I take your leave. We shall be meeting in the next lecture of the same series, and we shall be discussing higher education, how higher education has been seen by the NEP 2020 So, friends, namaskar.